welcome to day 2 of an international fire hazard. Thanks to everybody who gave up their seats so people could come watch this today and tweet it and everything. It's so awesome. So thank you guys for always taking care of each other. We don't have a lot of time today, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take questions. So line up at the microphones. And without further ado, I would like to introduce the cast of Critical Role. Sorry we were a little late getting out here. Several people stopped us and wanted to know what the hell was going on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your outfit, Sam?
This is my favorite team.
For those of us who don't follow the sport as mostly, what's the name of the...
This is, the sport is called soccer.
That's actually incorrect.
And this is I don't actually know, is this England? Go England! Yeah! Bring it home! Bring it back!
Yeah.
Arscleaf gave me this shirt.
Yes.
So everybody thank Arscleaf.
Does the number have any special significance?
Yes, that's the year in which I first did a 69.
Well, good morning, everyone. Let's begin over here. What's your name? Where are you from? Oh, sorry, before we begin, everybody that's not at the mic, can you just take a knee real fast if you're physically able to? That way everybody can still see the stage from... There we go. There we go.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry. I'm Kim. I'm from North Germany, Kiel, so I heard that you had got a lot of questions yesterday. So tell us and also Liam, because first of all, I want to say thank you because we're here, and I think it inspires a lot of us to be better and kinder people to each other. So, quick questions. You both won D&D games, or Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines, which is amazing. And I just wanted to ask, what do you do to not be as nervous sitting in front of a huge internet crowd and probably having performing this for the first time? Like, what do you do to just do it? Because I want to be, as you can see, a very nervous type of person.
A lot of us are very nervous types of people. Yeah. Yes. Taliesin?
I'll say as a player, I don't really feel the internet when we're playing. Like, once we're going, it just feels like the table, and maybe it feels like a friend is like sitting off to the side that like occasionally we're aware of, but it's like, we don't really feel an outside influence when we're playing. When I'm DMing at that table, on the other hand, yes, I can feel the internet. And if I figure out how not to be nervous doing that, I will put it on Twitter. I will let you know. It is horror-inducing. I have no idea. I have no idea to do it every week. Oh God.
Yeah, every single one of us who've run one-shots on the show have been terrified leading up to it. Mercer's a hard act to follow, but you know, just with anything where you got to be brave, you're not losing the fear, you're just shoving it in the back of your brain and doing it anyway. And it does, like Taliesin's right, it does feel, for the most part, like we're just in a small, you know, padded room together, so we can focus on each other.
What?
But you'll never, like, no actor either ever really gets rid of stage fright for the most part. You just learn to just sort of ride it like a roller coaster.
I was gonna say, off of that, I still get nervous every week.
Fuck.
But
Sorry.
I really thought like it's gonna be better and but no, okay.
it gets better because the nerves don't go away, but they get minimal as it goes on. And it's mostly just the nerves of not wanting to let down your friends.
Yeah.
Pardon me. And you have to remind yourself that if it's a good game, your friends are as excited and hopeful that you'll do a good job as much as they are, and you'll be fine. You begin to get past that a little bit as time goes on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. What's your name? Where are you?
Yes, I am Canu from London. We played Vampire the Masquerade recently. You played games created here in London by Grant Allred, Crash Panda and Honey Heist. What games would you recommend fans of D&D to try and why?
I mean, some of the, like, Honey Heist and stuff, those are pretty easy to run, right? But, I mean, obviously you did a really great job, but the rules are pretty... I didn't mean like you did an easy one, 'cause it's not easy playing with these idiots.
Especially with the arms race that we've had, where we just kind of keep topping each other.
Yeah.
Attempting to. No, I think things like Honey Heist or Crash Pandas is good for people who, like that young woman was just asking, that might be nervous about DMing and want to take a try at running a role-playing game without a textbook full of rules. It's like homework.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like stuff I'd recommend that's like more complex, which is not necessarily what you're going for. If you want a different flavor, but you don't want to get like heavy like vampire, but you kind of like the vampire system, Changeling the Dreaming can be a lot of fun. It's vampires with like happy weird fairies, and it's really cool and psychedelic and crazy. That would be mine.
Also, if anyone watched any of Sagas of Sundry, I highly recommend you play Dread. Because I still don't know if there's any other system that makes you that nervous about potentially dying than a Jenga tower.
Yeah,
Jenga.
I think a lot of it comes down to what genres you want to play. When it comes to high fantasy, you know, D&D is kind of the mainstream top. But there's adjacent ones like Dungeon World is a great kind of D&D light, where it's a much easier system to jump into comparatively. That's really good. If you want more, you know, kind of creepy old west, there's Deadlands, which is a really good system. If you want more sci-fi and more based on, there's all sorts of crazy systems out there like Diaspora and Traveler. Paranoia is a great fun one. Paranoia is like baked in sarcastic British humor throughout the entirety of the project, so you would probably, a lot of people.
Are you going to run it at some point?
Maybe. It's possible. We have time off from our main game.
I got it.
Good question. Thank you.
Thank you. How sensitive is the skin on the inside there? It looks like it's never seen the light of day.
This is average British skin.
Wow. Man, that's whiter than the rapper used to do. What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, my name is Zach. I'm from Derbyshire. My question's to Sam. Do you ever think there'll come a point that Noel will consider putting a comma into her name?
Possibly. She's pretty she's pretty down on herself these days. But yeah, I think as the troupe has been going together and going on more complicated adventures and stuff, she's feeling her oats a bit more, and she's starting to come into her own goblin skin, and we'll see. I don't think that would happen unless something very drastic happened, though.
Plus the paperwork to change your name.
Totally, you gotta go to
Especially in Whitestone.
You gotta print it in a paper. There's a whole thing. It's
It's a lot.
The paper link is hard to come by.
That's a great question. What's your name?
I'm Luisa.
Hey.
I'm from Spain. And I'm a DM for a lot of time, but it always feels like the first time. And I wanted to ask not only Matt, but everyone, because everyone is starting to DM, and especially Mauricia. Because as a girl, it's so difficult to DM and to find people who want you as a DM. A little tip to, especially for starters, and even for people who's been playing a lot of time and want to start DMing, and a little tip or something.
Don't be intimidated by Matthew Mercer.
I think we are not intimidated. We all want to be him sometime.
But you have to start somewhere, because I can't tell you how many times we hear from people like, I don't want to DM because I could never do what Matt does, and that's like kind of soul crushing.
I've been doing this for 23 plus years of my life, and for about 15 of them, I was terrible. And even then, it's been a slow incline. And even then, there are things that I'm not very good at that you'll be much better at. Like every GM and DM has their own skill set, their specialty. And the things that they're really good at are. When you find those, you begin to kind of build your game around the things that you're really comfortable doing. I would say, one tip for me is for your game, no matter what you say stands. So even if the rules get messed up a little, as long as you confidently say, no, this is how it works, and the players have to respect that. And there's a little bit of confidence that comes with knowing that this is your game, you've taken the time to put this together, and the players can argue all you want, but your say is the final say.
What's your name?
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Adam from Manchester. So my question is for everyone who's ever DM'd and like homebrew items. What's the weirdest, quirkiest, funniest, and all craziest item you've ever homebrewed?
For my one shot, I made a bunch of, or for my first one shot, I made a bunch of those little cards that Matt hands us when we find an item. Most of them weren't used, but one of them was a puddle of puke.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then one was a fucking snake.
Yes.
And if you find it, it bites you. That's it.
That was great. It said it on the card. It just said a fucking snake, and then it says it bites you.
Yeah.
I was in a Tofos game that we found signs that just said NPC so we could blend in with the crowd that was running away from a monster. And ended up backstage with all the other NPCs until they found out we were PCs and tried to kill us, and we were just assaulted by very generic people. That was amazing.
Isn't that just laconic stare?
Yeah.
I wish my sign. Oh, no.
I think I was playing a one-shot with some of our friends, Sean and Bender back in the day, and I did it as part of the one-shot, because they're long-time D&D players, so I just wanted to find ways to really mess with them. And so I would give them items throughout the game, but they'd have to figure out, I didn't allow identify spells at all, and I was like, you have to figure out these items by using it. And so there was one I told us, it's a double-edged sword. He's like, what does it do? I'm like, you have to find out. And so every time he went and fought something, attacked something, and also slashed him back. And so he's like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm just gonna start attacking things. And he slowly carved himself to death with his own sword.
There's gotta be a trick.
That's true. Good question.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Hi guys, Giuseppe, we saw each other on Instagram.
Yeah, welcome back.
From Malta.
Oh, that's right.
And I would like to ask you, first of all, thank you for coming to Europe. And I would like to ask you, between first campaign and second campaign, if you were not playing your own character, which one of the other characters you would love to play, including NPCs?
So which existing characters would you love to play?
Yeah.
Like body swap episode, like Freaky Friday stuff?
Yeah, kind of. Which one would you love to be?
That's a good question. I like this one.
Grog.
Thank you.
I think I would like to play Grog.
I'm going to fail.
Yeah. I think that would be lots of fun.
Yeah.
Just goes medicine.
I think I'd want to be Scanlan so I could say terrible things and have everyone love me for it.
I think I would be Bo, just because I've never really played a cool character. I would love to know what that feels like to be cool and to like do cool moves and just be awesome. Sure. You keep saying nice things to me, even though I say awful things.
I'd like to play a very high-level Clarota.
That's a pretty dangerous combination.
Yeah. I'd probably play Sinecur's wife. Just because Ashley spent the second half of the campaign looking for...
That's so meta.
With no payoff. What's in the box?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Love Malta. It's the new Malaysia.
Hey, my name's David. Started running the stream, a lot of legendary actions, and I want to thank you guys. You guys gave me like the confidence to try it and fail, but keep pushing onwards and hoping it's better. So my question for each of you is, if you had to live somewhere in the world that has been made thanks to Critical Role, where would you live?
Marquette.
Can I just vacation in Nolan's
Yeah.
closet? Just my life?
Never-ending vacation there.
The weather's nice in Marquette, and there's also some spice. You got spice, by the way?
This place is yours.
Yeah. Zephyr? Gotta go with Zephyr.
Definitely Gilmore's basement for me. You know there's some freaky shit going on there. Gilmore's basement.
Nothing freaky, just classy. He's a man of romance.
Story threads we never got to.
No, Percival's the one with the freaky basements.
That's true. Don't do the Gilmore voice because you'll turn on Sam while he's wearing those shorts. Let's go over here. What's your name?
Hello, I'm Kai. I'm on driving Twitter. And yes, we all know Liam's tragic love affair with the German accent.
Is it tragic? Everything I'm doing is tragic.
Before Liam, the German accent was the least cool ever. So thank you for that. But yes, I wanted the rest of the cast to tell me what is your favorite accent and which accent do you hate the most?
Good question.
I'm going to get in so much trouble, man.
Who's not represented here? That's who we don't like the least.
I'll start. My favorite is the Scots brogue. You didn't know maybe by how often it comes up in our campaign, but
Often with like harsh dwarves which are just so over the top. Like Warcraft style dwarves,
But like, you know, I still like the softer, more lilt to it. It's fun. I've met a lot of Scottish cricketers out here this weekend. It's been lovely. My least favorite, and only from a technical standpoint, is South African. Because it's right, I love the accent, but it's so hard for me to do because it fits in this weird section between like Irish and British and Australian and other dialects that I already know. So whenever I try it, I can get about 30 seconds before I slip into any of the others. So it evades me and perpetually. And I did do a film with a South African character, and it drove me nuts trying to lock into it. So it's the one it's my white whale. Like one day I'll get there.
That was literally my answer, because there's like, we always get like 7 auditions that come in all of like South African, and I've spent months trying to do it, and it's impossible. It's impossible. There's like stuff will come through for like Marvel stuff and like stuff. Oh God. My favorite is Hawaiian, especially Hawaiian Pidgin is my like going Hawaii and hearing someone like speak fluent like full Pidgin, especially when they're like really intense about something. It's the coolest sound ever. I wish I could do it. It's so cool. That's mine.
I could listen to Matt's Cajun accent all day long. The turtle.
And be careful what you wish for.
I love it. The shorts. And my least favorite is, I don't know, Yorkshire.
Dude, we're never going to be invited back.
I know.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're gonna be in so much trouble.
And my favorite accent is an Irish brogue. I can't get it quick enough.
Liam Neeson.
What?
Liam Neeson O'Brien.
You fuck off, you. And like South African, I can't do it, but I love listening to it. My least favorite is my own accent, the one that I listened to the most when I was growing up. Lois, get your kids across the street. What are you doing, Lois? It's so melodic.
I love a good New Zealand accent, a good Kiwi accent. They're just adorable. My least favorite is also Liam's home accent, but just Liam, not the rest of them, just him.
You come into my house with that tongue? You come into my house? The fuck?
Calm down, Cookie.
I'm changing my answer. My favorite is Mauritius Scottish, Dwarven Brogue.
All right.
Shots fired.
Oh, hello.
Marisha, why don't any of your characters have accents? Just watch episode 1.
Oh my God. Well, guys, as a master of accents, let's go over here. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Anna and I'm from Sweden.
Lots of Sweden.
And my question, in honor of you guys finally coming to Europe, is in episode 108, you state that in Exandria, celestial sounds like Swedish. Is this canon or was it just a joke?
If you've discovered anything from watching the show, many things that are jokes become canon. But no, honestly, like I spent some time in Gutenberg years ago. I actually love the way the Swedish language sounds. So so yeah, it's canon. Because when you consider, you can see things written, but none of the languages you have an example for how it's spoken or pronounced really in Dungeons and Dragons, and so we base a lot of things from our own experiences in the world. And for me, that's a very pleasant sounding language to me, and I would want that to be what Celestial would sound like.
Hi, I'm Victor.
Hello, Victor.
And I first of all thank you for coming to Europe. You're the best people ever. multi-world, which monster from Monster Menu would you like to rage vengeance like? Does it make sense?
It does.
It does.
I mean, that Rakshasa is a pretty deadly and devious thing. I never understood the hands, but yeah, that's for me the Rakshasa.
Well, the Rakshasa's hands are like that because it's an actual creature from folklore.
Oh.
Yeah, Rakshasa, it exists in human folklore.
Matt teaches me something every day. It's amazing.
So, Rakshasa?
What's the most powerful?
There's a few.
Dungeon Master!
The friend.
Yeah, the Tarrasque, sure. I'll be that. I'll be Godzilla.
Cool. Take my answer. Cool. Nazan?
I love a manticore, man. I'm a big fan of a manticore. I know.
I would be a gelatinous cube and convention glomp you all to death with a hug.
I was going to say Tarrasque, because you know that's my favorite creature. In fact, if you use D&D Beyond, you can click on the monsters and you can listen to the audio of the name pronounced. Me and Marisha had the opportunity to do the voices for a lot of those, and I got to say Tarrasque. And you listen, every other one's like Red Dragon, Bugbear, Owlbear, Tarrasque. I'll put a little extra stank on that one. But
I'm really upset that I stole your answer.
we'll talk later. No. But no, outside of Tarrasque, oh man, I would say probably Rust Monster. Because anyone who's played low-level D&D and has come across one of those, especially if any sort of martial class, there's nothing more terrifying than just a little nasty bug that comes and goes, oh, is that some nice equipment you bought there? It'd be a shame if somebody turned it to dust. Good question. Good question.
Yeah. And this is our last question. Thank you. All the way from Malaysia. Thank you.
Hi, yes, I came from Malaysia. My question is, there's been this huge resurgence in D&D's popularity, obviously, and I wanted to ask how you guys feel about your influence on this resurgence.
I mean, we're one of many factors that have brought this about, and I mean, pride, excitement. A lot of us, grew up in a time when this was something that was hard to find other kin with. I know, at least for me, once I discovered this game and it helped make me who I was, it was so hard for me to find and scope out other people I could get excited about this game with. And then sometimes those people weren't the best people. And so for now, seeing it rise the way it has and find such wonderful, diverse community and bring together people from around the world, for this singular joy of storytelling it's incredible, it's emotional, it's inspiring. We're honored that we're even part of this in some way.
I mean, our group, we friggin' love this game. And we've loved it for years, and it was this private little thing we did. And so it's mind-blowing that we get to just get together and do this weekly and have carved out this story that we love so much. But the idea that all of you guys, not all of you, but show of hands, how many people started playing after seeing our show for the first time? That's amazing. And the fact that we love this game and that we've made it so that all of you can discover it as well and then make your own stories, play it your own way, have your own adventures, find your own friends, that is humbling and the biggest blessing on us. So
Yeah, this whole weekend has been amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for showing us that the world is watching and responding positively to what we're putting out into it, and thank you for teaching us that this thing that Matt and us have started doing for fun is like spreading joy internationally and introducing you all to each other. And it's like we've made this huge family, and we consider you all part of our family. And so thank you for sharing your story.
That the more people that play Dungeons and Dragons will make the world a better, more joyful and accepting place. So we're all adults playing make-believe. That's pretty cool. But keep spreading the game and the joy, because it could maybe become a shared language that could save us all. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's never lessened.
A final note on that too. Me and Marisha went to Malaysia on our honeymoon last year. It's a beautiful country. If you haven't been, recommend it. It's gorgeous there. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. We're gonna take a photo really fast, and then that's it.
Oh, we're taking the photo?
We're gonna take the photo right here.
All of you guys are gonna be in it.
You guys are all gonna be in it. Okay, stay in the seats.
Hey, we stay here?
Okay.
So why don't you stick your hands nice in the air, make a noise as we take this giant critical role selfie. Can we get the lights up on the sides?
Oh, house lights, please.
Lights up.
Sam, start crossing and uncrossing your legs like Sharon Stone.
Go England!
Isaiah, make some noise.
All right, we love you. Thanks for coming. We love you guys. Welcome, keep it going. Your critical keep it up.
Take the time on the pose once more, Brian. So keep those cheers going. That's it. So one more time for the stars of Critical Role! Wow. Now that's what I call a great Sunday afternoon. So, don't forget, still to come though, that's not all we have in the theatre today. If you wanted to watch an exclusive 38 minutes of the new Spider-Man animated movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that's our next panel in here. So if I were you, I'd certainly stay behind, because that's going to be well worth a watch. That's coming up very soon. We've not only got the directors of the film, there's 3 of them, plus